Hello, my name is Glenn McNeil, and I will be showing you all how to use Google Scholar today. Now, and this is for Dr. Bethay's Education 455 Technology Education class. So, Google Scholar, as you can see, is a form of Google, and it's made by Google, and its whole purpose is to help you try to find journal articles, books that are all scholarly that you can use to have, for scholarly purposes. And here, actually, you have two options right here. You can search for basic articles, or if you're looking for, like, court documents, you can go and search either North Carolina courts. You can actually click here, go to a whole bunch of different courts if you really want to do that. But we're not looking for court things. We're looking for basic articles. So, you can do this in one of two ways. You can either just go ahead and go here and do a basic search. For example, we could just type in, say, TTIPP, and it'll give us a whole bunch of weird stuff. Right? We have a bunch of stuff here that we could use, but it's going to take a while to go through all this, because not everything is really related to everything. But, so let's go up here, and we can actually do an advanced search. So we can search for something such as education with at least one of the words of TTIPP. And it can be anywhere in the article, and we can actually, if you know like an author you're looking for of an article or a book, you can type in their name here. If you're looking for a specific journal, like for example the Nature right here, you could type in that journal in, and it'll only search in that journal. And if you know like dates, so we could say between 2000 and 2018. And so, if we click search, we can now see that we have about 18,000 results, but it's looking for education TTIPP. So, we can try and see, like for this one, something about comparative research. Well, this seems like an interesting idea, so let's put this into a new tab. School, sex education, common appeal. Okay, so this is clearly not really what we're looking for. So let's go check out this other thing, though, see if we can health education. No. So, we see that this is not something that we're looking for. So we need to go back and we need to refine our search. So instead of looking for it like this, we should put quotation marks. Because with quotation marks, the Google Scholar thing will then look specifically for a title for anything in journals that has specifically education and TTIPP. That's what quotation marks is. It takes whatever in there and search directly for that. So let's try doing a search here, and you can see we've taken down a lot of our search results. So here's one. Learning then and there. So let's again go over here, and we can actually see right here that we'll come back to this later. So we're going to go up here and look at the article. Immersive virtual reality technology has the potential to change human digital media. So this seems like would be a really good article. So knowing that, we can actually go over here and click on the little star. Now clicking on the star will save this little book or this little journal article, and we can look at it later. And actually, if we click here, we can see five different ways to cite it, whether you're using MLA or APA or Chicago or anything else. This will be important for later. So, we found one thing. Let's see if we can't find a few other things. So, using clinical incidents, no. So we can actually, go through everything. And over here you can actually see here where you can get whatever you're looking for. You can actually get the full text since, why Campbell. You get the full text through Campbell's library database. So really all Google is doing is showing you a bunch of different journal articles that it is searched through its massive, massive databases. So seeing as we can't really find anything else, here's one. Modeling based on TTIPP. So knowing this, we can actually see research and education. We can go and check out this and see if we think it would be a good article. So right now, it's just a PDF article itself. So this paper represents a task model and task anthology on travelers' tasks. And however, only a few studies have been undertaken. So see, it's doing the bigger thing. So this one might not be a good article. It might, but School of Computer Science and Engineering. So this one might actually be a good article. So just in case, we'll go ahead and save that as an article. So what's something else that we can look up for? You don't necessarily have to keep it to education. So let's go back to our advanced search method. And let's change about things. So we're going to look for an exact phrase. And let's use the phrase Star Trek. And for at least one word, let's use quotation marks discovery, and let's keep it with discovery, and we'll actually narrow our search even further from 2016 to 2018 and see what we get. See, now we've got about 3,200 results, and see, it'll give us actually books, and this is actually quite interesting. So one of the good things is that you can actually click. So take this book for example, which is by these two people. So we can actually click on cited by, and we can then see who has cited this book. So for example, Fan Culture has cited this book. The Television Genre book has cited this book. A lot of these books are citing other books. So if you're trying to find related topics, you can actually click on. So if you find a good book or a good journal article, you can actually see what other journal articles and books have cited your journal article or book. And so that way you can keep going deeper and deeper into other things, try to find new things you wouldn't necessarily find by just doing a basic Google search. So now we can just go back here, and it'll take us to another page. So that'll take us back to the book itself. So again, we can see that, we can favorite it, and then if we wanted to, we could cite it. So let's look up one final thing, just so we can make sure we all know what we're doing. So if you don't want to go through the advanced search, you don't necessarily have to. It's just a lot easier to sort through. But if you know how basic databases work, you can do your quotation marking. You can type in, say, the Bolshevik Revolution, and we can actually look for politics. Whoops, that's not how you spell politics. That's how you spell politics. And if you put an asterisk, it'll actually just search for politic. So let's see what we can find. Bolshevik, Bukharin and the Bolshevik Revolution. That doesn't seem very interesting. Making sense of a war, the Second World War. Maybe not. American liberals. And so you can actually try and find many things. And see, again, you can search for what things were cited by. And related articles, you can just go and look at related articles for what you're looking for. So if we go over to the My Library section, you can see the three things that we've looked up. We've looked up for the task model, building then and there, and then the Star Trek book. So if we wanted to, we can click this little square up here, obviously. That will show you, which will select everything. And then you can actually export them. You can delete all of them, which will get rid of them. And you can also label them. So if we wanted to label these, we can actually make it to where we can, if you have a bunch of journal articles and books that you're saving, you can make it a lot easier than have them in little folders. So for example, let's label this education and Star Trek. So in doing so, you can see that over here we've actually added a label. So we can click on Education and Star Trek, and it would have everything labeled under Education and Star Trek. If we look at the test folder, which I created earlier, you'll see there's nothing in there. But if we were to find a random book, say, let's just look for pet. Alright? So we can go ahead and take whatever this thing is, go back to the My Library, here we are, and we can put this into the test label. And so, as you can see, we have this labeled as a test, and we have this, and we have these labeled as those Education and Star Trek. And then My Library is obviously everything. And if you want to delete something, you can just click it, and delete it. And it's gone, and then it will move over here to the trash, and then you can select them all and delete them forever. So you'll have to go back and try and find them again. And then if you want to, if you have like certain time periods for yourself, you can actually go here and say like since 2017, you'll see this is the only one that's been released since then. So, I hope that this has shown you how to use Google Scholar, and hopefully you now know how to find your journal articles, and and they'll be over here, and you can sort them, and you can cite them, and you can do whatever you need to. So I hope you have figured out everything how to do, and I wish you luck on your researching journey.